Welcome, everybody. LMFL Week 7 of 8. We're almost done with this season. We have the New Jersey Jokers 3-2 going up against the Waco Wackos at 4-1. Very important game here as trying to hold on to this 1 seed in the season. But the Jokers are trying to say not this time. But I'm not alone. I do have Mr. Brandon with me today. How you doing, dog?
I'm doing good, man. And hey, Mac, we got the Ravens versus Seahawks here. We got Larlar's teams and we got RBM's team. Very, very exciting matchup, man. And yeah, Mac, I'm very excited about this game, man. We got two offensive, high-powered teams, and honestly, two high-powered defensive teams, man. I'm really excited to see how this matchup goes here. But what's one thing you're looking forward to this game, man, between these two guys? Because this is a very, very important game here, man.
I'm looking to some high scoring, looking to some good runs, except right there, apparently. That's going to get stopped for a loss of one. The both of these teams do have really good running backs, but clearly this Seattle's defense has a really good line, so we'll see if
Right.
the Wackos can play around that and get Derrick Henry more involved.
Right, man. And one thing about the New Jersey Jokers, man, is that Larlar's defense has been really, really good, basically all year long. Which you can see why he has a good record here. But one thing about the Wackos, man, is that with Derrick Henry, you can't tackle that man. That man's literally a beast machine when it comes to running through the offensive line, man. So I'm very, very, very curious to see how this matchup goes on the Ravens offensive side to the Seahawks defensive side. But Mac, man, when it comes to RBM's Wackos here, what's one thing you're looking forward to in that offense against this Seattle defense here?
Well, yeah, like I mentioned, Derrick Henry, but there's another guy in the backfield that is a runner.
Yep.
Lamar Jackson himself. Whatever he chooses, he can just let her rip for 20 yards.
And speaking of 20 yards, it got picked off already by the rookie Nick Endamori and Mac. I think that was a commentator's jinx right
It sounds like it.
But man, and we haven't even got to get talking to about the Seattle's secondary. They got a young stug and the rookie Emmanuel out of South Carolina. But Mac, I think it was just a read that Mark Andrews just passed the ball there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Mark Andrews didn't look back to see that he was even getting the ball, so he couldn't even make an effort to come back to it.
Absolutely. Now it's yes. Another good running back, like you said, Mac. Now, switching roles from the offensive side to the defensive side, what's one thing you're looking forward to here with the New Jersey Jokers offense against the Wackos defense here?
Yeah, I'm looking for a couple runs. I'm looking for some decent passes. Sam Darnold, he's serviceable. Obviously, won the Super Bowl with him, so
yep.
He can get some plays going. So let's see what he decides to do here.
Oh,
AJ Barner tries to catch that and gets murdered.
Yes, he does, by Kyle Hamilton there, one of the best safeties in the league. And one thing I'm kind of looking forward to on this side of the ball, Mac, is, it's not just Kenneth Walker and Sam Darnold, right? Two good players that they got, but you got one of the best wide receivers in JSN, one of the best offensive guys when it comes to route running. And they also picked up Rashid Shaheed in mid-season, and he's been a playmaker for them. But Sam Darnold drops back the pass to, guess who, JSN. Right there, and Mac, we also got Cooper Kupp.
You can never forget Cooper Kupp.
Yes.
You think he's the number 3 receiver here, and you think that, that he's not going to be an issue, but that's a form of triple crown winner right there. So
exactly right, man, and that's one of the great things. It's all just mismatchups here, but it is 1st and 10. Gets to the Kenneth Walker, wide open space. And gets tackled right there. And Mac, here's another thing, man. How confident are you in the Ravens secondary against like these stud wide receivers in the Seahawks here?
They're gonna have a time back there. It's gonna be rough. But I do think that we've seen the Wackos this season be able to handle some high power offenses via passing. So we'll see how he adapts. Right now he was able to get some pressure to the quarterback there, that was able to force his throw out of bounds.
That's exactly right, man. Yeah, man. One thing I'm kind of curious is that the Ravens front four is actually not very bad either. You got Kyle Van Noy, you got some other guys up there too, but they are in shotgun formation, 2nd and 10. Sam Darnold drops back to pass, throws out the middle,
Oh,
and it's
he's gonna throw it.
right back to the Ravens again. Roquan Smith, the linebacker from the Steelers a couple years ago. I mean, not Steelers, the Bears, and now he is on the Ravens here on Wackos. And Mac, just like that, turnovers on down. We already seen 2 turnovers within the first 3 minutes.
Oh yeah, he tried to fit that in there. But Roquan Smith was like, I'm not moving from this spot, and he was waiting for that ball because he knew exactly where it was going.
Exactly right. 1st and 10. And they stopped Derrick Henry again. Mac, are you kind of surprised that, with the New Jersey Jokers defense, they're kind of stopping Derrick Henry off the run off the bat?
Yeah, obviously they see that Derrick Henry can be a huge threat in this, so he's trying to make sure that Derrick Henry doesn't go any further than 5 yards after the line of scrimmage.
Exactly, and they stop him again. Only a 2-yard gain, 3rd and 8. Now, what I'm kind of expecting here is, Lamar, he literally multi MVP winner, right? One of the great quarterbacks in this league. And not even arguably like he is. So one thing I'm kind of expecting is to kind of shake him off on this pass here, and he throws it to Mark Andrews, one of his favorite receivers right there, Matt.
Reliable receiver.
Absolutely. And that's one thing I'm kind of looking forward to this game, man, is how can Lamar manage the ball down the field? What can he do with his legs? And I think if he can get that going, man, I think they have a good shot at winning this game.
Yeah, and even if he doesn't get that fully going, like he has Mark Andrews as his little safety net. So when all things fail, just look for Mark Andrews.
Absolutely right. It's 1st and 10. Ball to 39. That QB counter, but they're not fooled. And just like that, back their run defense, the New Jersey Jokers run defense is playing insanely good right now against this Jokers the Wackos run offense here. I'm actually not as surprised with how good their defense is, but now they are in the I formation here. Let's say they've changed up anything. They drop back to pass, but Lamar has to run and he gets sacked.
He's gonna get sacked. 3rd and 21.
Trying
to get around that pressure, but fortunately for him.
And Mac, what do you do in this situation, man? 3rd and 21. What do you do if you're the Wackos here?
Try to find your best pass play and hope it goes for 21 yards.
I guess this secondary is kind of lethal, man.
Let's see what he wants to do here.
Yes, play action pass. Lamar drops back to pass. He throws in the flat, but the likely stuff's out of bounds, man.
Only gets a gain of 3, 4th and 18. I can only imagine we'll see a punt here.
Right, there's no way. You're right. Here we go, punting on the side here. And the Wackos hasn't really punted much this season at all, but they do get it off. A great punt to a dangerous return man is Shaheed. Gets it back there, and then he goes for 10. There's 3 guys to the right. Ooh. And that's the dangerous man is Shaheed, man. What a great player they picked up in free agency, Matt.
Yeah, he was able to get some good blocks there. Able to use some of that speed to get a little bit more yardage. Cut back to the right. He was able to get probably, maybe about 20-ish yards from that return. Pretty good.
Yeah, really good return. They're basically on midfield now. But they got a triple tight end set here, 2 wings on the left. Play action pass, Sam Darnold, great play action. And a dangerous pass. Yeah, and he gets tackled by Marlon Humphrey. And one thing here, Mac, now, we still haven't seen a score. We predicted this game was going to be high scoring, but I think the defenses are kind of coming to play here.
Yeah, defenses are creating turnovers. Defenses are stopping the run. Defenses are stopping any progress after a catch. So there's a lot of 7 passing yards and 6 passing yards.
And Sam Darnold gets sacked. 3rd and 20. Not a good sign. And Mac, now on the Seahawks. What's kind of your best playmaker here? Do you want to pass JSN and Cooper Kupp, or are those 2 your main guys that you want to kind of aim for here in the long situation?
Yes, they're good at the contested catches. So you think that you go to one of those 2, but you never know. You never know.
Very true, man. 3rd and 20, ball now. They were midfield, and now let's see Sam Darnold draws by the pass, screenplay, gives it to Kenneth Walker with blocks in the middle.
Oh, but he's going to run into him.
Now, Mac, do you expect a punt here too?
Can only imagine.
We might see more punts than touchdowns this game at this rate. Let's see what's going on.
Crazy. Our first 4 possessions. Interception,
Great punt.
interception, punt, and punt.
Yep, and it falls back in the end zone. And just like that, Mac, now here's the thing. Now it's been 7 minutes into this game. Both teams kind of already know how their play styles is. Do you want to change things up kind of fairly quick, or do you kind of want to just, try to see what sticks and hopefully works?
Nah, I think still, it's first quarter, so he just drops that.
Dave Flowers drops that one.
It's the first quarter, so you still got to figure out, because obviously what they've been doing these last 4 possessions ain't been working out for either side. So I think just keep trying to figure it out. I think the second quarter, I think that's when usually things start picking up. So I think right now it's still a filling out process. Still trying to get a feel for how this game's gonna go.
Absolutely. And Lamar uses his legs for the first time. And that's one thing we kind of expect a little bit more of, Mac, is that's one of the reasons why Lamar Jackson's an MVP. One of the dangerous dual threats QBs of all time. And that's how they can get first downs right there.
Yeah, Lamar, all right. He's very dangerous. He gets it outside, he's going to be running.
Get it in Henry. And Henry has a wide open space. Can he beat him? Yes, he can. And it's a touchdown. Mac, just like that, the Waco Wackos are first on the board with Derrick Henry, man. How about that?
Yeah, who else could it have been? Derrick Henry found the slightest seam in the defense. Like, I'm gonna just take that to the house.
Yeah. Yes, and we have
into the end zone.
And the field goal is good by the rookie Tyler Luke, and Mac, just like that, Waco Wacko 7. And New Jersey Jokers 0 right now, but we got our first points on the board.
Yep, absolutely. So now we got to see how the Jokers respond to such a devastating run. By the way, the game was going.
Oh yeah, and like you said, man, like it's the first quarter. You said things might pick up in the second quarter, which I also do agree. But I do think momentum is definitely very, very favored in the LMFL. I do think once a team gets certain momentum or at least some points on the board, it's kind of hard to stop, don't you think?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because the team after the scoring possession is kind of in like we gotta do something about it.
Yeah.
See Walker going to get that first down. But yeah,
and you see that
scores,
right?
Like, all right, I can coast. I got this.
Yeah,
I'm in the lead. So they usually play a little bit more relaxed, more visually focused, trying to hold on to it.
And another big team by Kenneth Walker. He said, Derrick Henry, I saw you do that. I can do that too. Touchdown, Seahawks there, New Jersey Jokers. And Mac, what a response.
Kenneth Walker said, anything you can do, I can do better.
Man, let's see if they can tie it up here with Myers for the field goal. And the field goal is good. And Mac, not even 1 minute. What a response by the New Jersey Jokers.
Absolutely.
All right, kickoff now. Great kick. This is returnable. Gives it to Mitchell here. Let's see what the return is looking like. Wide open on the left side.
Everybody got him. Oh.
He gets tackled by Kobe Bryant there. Almost got away, but great field position.
Go.
Man, but great field position here, Matt. Let's see now how the Waco Wackos respond. Based off of what the New Jersey Jokers did. All right, now we got a minute left in this first quarter. It was a pretty slow start, but now things are kind of picking up here. Seahawks are playing with a double high safety. Gets it to Zay Flowers in the bubble flat, but he is tackled here. And Mac, one thing we haven't really talked about is this is really the Seahawks secondary. You got Witherspoon, you got Woolen, you got Emmanuel, you got Love back there. Do you think you want to continue trying to take deep shots? Because we saw it once he did, he got intercepted.
Yeah, the first time he tried it, they told him, no, don't do that ever again. So far, he has not done that ever again. As Henry is going to take this toss, he's bouncing off people. Fortunately, he wasn't able to get yardage off of that. But yeah, man, at some point he's going to probably have to. But I think right now, the way things are going, I think it's a little running, little short passes, kind of doing his little thing right now.
I agree, man. And you know, they also the Wackos also got receivers as in Hopkins, as in Bateman. I'm kind of want to see if more of these guys can kind of find their way into the game. But we are at the end of the
In
first
the first
quarter, and Mac, we are tied. We got the Baltimore
7,
Ravens.
7.
Yes, 7-7, aka Waco Wacko 7, and then like you said, Seattle Seahawks, aka New Jersey Jokers, was also 7. Now, Mac, in the second quarter, do you feel like there's gonna be a little bit more adjustments here, or do you feel like they're gonna kind of keep on with that pace both teams are moving on to this second half of the first quarter of the second half here?
I think the gas might be getting pressed here. If I do say so myself, the quick scores by both teams at the end of the first just makes me feel like they figured it out.
Right. Right, I agree. And Lamar Jackson drops back to pass. He's getting blitzed, but he does give it to Bateman, as we were talking about here. But he does get tackled by Job, another great safety in the Seattle's stacked backfield here. And one thing I'm kind of looking forward to this half, Mac, is how can honestly both teams do time management here. You know, you are a player of this league and yourself, right? When it comes to time management, how do you want to manage that, especially early within the second quarter here?
I think early kind of just let it run its course as we see Derrick Henry risk. And he's gonna not make
It is a turnover on down. It was fourth down, right?
That was indeed fourth down.
Oh man,
That was indeed fourth down.
another turnover, man. But yeah, man. But as you were saying, with time management, how kind of do you want to manage that, especially when it gets towards the end of the first half here?
Yeah, so I think wait before I go.
Oh, whoa,
Walker's gonna
go. He almost got away, but Walker gets tackled.
Yeah, so usually for me, just I let the clock do what it needs to do, and then when it hits that little 4-minute mark, that's when out of bound plays become very, very effective.
Right. I'm glad that you mentioned that. Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that because not just out of bound plays, if you have incomplete passes, right? If you have penalties, anything that stops the clock, really. But play action pass, Sam Darnold, great protection, throws out the middle.
What the fuck is a PI at? Hello?
That was dangerous.
Whoa. You hear the commissioner there, not happy with the refs. But
Coach asking for PI.
Y'all hear the commissioner not happy with the referees missing that call, but it is 2nd and 10, Mac. Let's see what the Seahawks got here, man. It's on the 33-yard line with 25 seconds left to go on the game clock, so not that bad. Great protection up the middle again. Gets it to Cooper Kupp here, Mac. Now they're almost in the red zone, 3rd and 2. What's kind of like your game plan when it comes to the New Jersey Jokers plan here?
I think he should just focus on getting this 2 and then get a new set of downs and then try to go from there. The RBM's been really good at trying to keep these short distances short. But unfortunately,
and you said it.
You want to get that.
You predicted that right there, man. Just get the 2 yarders, get the new set of downs. Now you're in red zone territory. Now, Mac, when you're the Ravens, RBM's team, you got some good guys over there. How do you want to stop this New Jersey Jokers offense here in this red zone?
I would say try to keep everything underneath. Don't let nothing above your head because score is right there.
Right.
So
they do give the Kenneth Walker, and just like that, they did not let him get above there. He already has over 100 yards within this game. With only 5 rushes, it's not even the end of the second half or first half. So, but it is 2nd and 10, ball on the 19-yard line here. And one thing we know about Larlar's Jokers, man, is that he's willing to take risks, right? Even if something doesn't work on first down or second down, he'll do it again on 3rd down. So let's see what happens here. Play action pass, wide open left. Cooper Kupp
by himself.
Can he score? No, he cannot.
Not get there, but he's at the 1.
Yes, he is. And Mac, at this point, right, you kind of got the whole playbook at your possession here. Is there really anything that RBM can kind of stop here with this high-powered offense that Larlar has?
I think you just put argument on the line and hope they can do the work.
Exactly right. Now Charbonnet's in there, the backup. They get us in there. He fumbled.
No way.
He gave it to a Royal for the touchdown.
What the
my
was
God.
that?
Oh,
what
God.
a turn of events.
That
That could have been horrible. but somehow the second string tight end gets it off of the fumble deflection for the touchdown.
Hold on. Look at the replay. Oh my god!
My God!
Oh, absolutely
You mean to
not.
sit there and tell me I get the fucking hit stick and it just ends up in the tight? All right.
Oh, absolutely
And
not.
folks,
dog.
y'all hear it in the competitors, a lot of emotion. But Mac, what did we just see there, man?
Bro,
We see our robbery.
it's bullshit. Oh my god.
That's what we just.
Mac, that could have been horrible. That could have been great for RBM's defense. That could have been a pick. That could have been like down for a 99-yard touchdown. But no, Arroyo caught it.
That's almost equivalent to when Mac had the fumble, or I had the fumble against Mac, and that shit bounced forward instead of backward. Yup.
Man, God. Now, Mac. Now you got to lock back in, right? Now you had that chain of events, which is definitely one of the most high. Which is definitely going to be on the highlight reel for the LMFL for the end of the year. But Mac, how can you now? How do you lock back in, right? Out of that chain of events, how do you do it?
That's a good question, because if that was me, I'd be so tilted right now.
But let's see what RBM got here. Audible play. Lamar Jackson, great protection. Throws it up the middle to Bateman.
All right.
Second and 2. Now, Mac, let me ask you this. Do you want to go at a fast pace if you're RBM's wackos here, or do you kind of want to just take your time?
I would say take your time to minimize any mistakes, especially after whatever that just was. I think you just take your time to get down this field.
Absolutely right. Derrick Henry, juke
Derrick Henry is just going to say, I'm ready to raise the ball.
A winchback touchdown just like that. What a response again by RBM's team.
I'm going to go this way now.
And Mac, you said it best, man. You talk about taking your time. That was a great play of patience right there. That was very like Le'Veon Bell-esque run, in my opinion. Because with Le'Veon, he'll kind of wait for the pocket to open and then he'll burst up the seam, right? Kind of the same thing that RBM did with Derrick Henry there. So I think that was a great response. And now he put himself some more points. And that ball is that ball's in the crowd.
He can't see it.
Man. Now, Mac, we got ourselves some momentum here. Now this is 14-14. Now you're back on offense with Larlar here. What is your game plan in your opinion? Because there's 6 minutes left in the second. Still plenty of time. Sam Darnold throws up the middle to JSN. He does get tackled. And Mac, what would be your game plan here? Because this is towards like the middle of the game, right? Where you're not towards the end, you're not towards the beginning. What's kind of like your strategy when it comes to this time of the game?
I think now, the clock is starting to become a little bit of a factor. So if it was me, I would try to just take the clock down as much as I can while scoring the touchdown.
Right. And when it comes to timeouts, man, how do you want to utilize that, right? Because there's times where you definitely need to use like all three at once, and there's times where you're like, you know what, I'm gonna just use it right now so that way we can stop the clock now. So how do you want to utilize timeouts when it comes to this half?
Yeah, I think you still kind of just wait until probably around the 2-minute warning. Don't even worry about the timeouts yet. I think they're too important right now. As AJ Garner, first down.
Those in the traffic there. Roquan Smith having a great game so far. Gets it to that tight end there. And one thing, in my opinion, about Sam Darnold is that he's not a game changer, but he's a very, very good game manager, especially out of all the years that he's been in the NFL here. Blitz called, but he does throw it on the
he's going to throw it to Roquan Smith. He called him a good game manager.
No! Another commentator's jinx.
He managed with an interception.
Oh no! And to the same guy too as well. We were just talking about how he can be a good game manager, and that's oh no, man! Another commentator's jinx, man. I don't know what to say about it, man. But well, Mac. Now the tables have turned. How do you want to respond
everything I said
with your RBM?
It's going to apply here. Trying to take clock down, score touchdown.
And the Derrick Henry up the middle. Ooh, and he gets hit hard by Love there. But Mac, analyzing that last play, was it just heavy traffic, or did Roquan Smith kind of just jump the ball there?
I think Darnold was in the process of getting sacked and threw it. And it was a very wobbly ball. He wanted to go get to his destination on the queue.
Right.
Said, I would take that.
Right. We got some different camera angles here. I liking this. Lamar Jackson, that did not go well.
Yeah, this Seattle team is not getting fooled by Mr. Lamar.
No, if anything, they're probably mad about that last play. Ernest Jones the fourth, one of the great linebackers, also out of South Carolina with the tackle there. Now, Mac, it's 2nd and 15. You're on the other team's territory 34. You got the turnover. You want to at least capitalize points. If the RBM's team get a field goal, do you think that's a success by the Seattle's defense, or do you say, nah, we got to make sure they get none?
I'd say it would be a success because they started at a really good field position on this drive. So if they can hold them to a field goal, it would be okay. You know,
absolutely right. Play also tackled by Witherspoon, one of the great corners one of the great young corners in this league here. It is now 3rd and 15, so that basically went no yards a game. We do got almost 3 minutes left in the quarter. Both teams do have 3 timeouts. I think this is where, timeouts might get utilized here at the 2-minute warning. Great fake to Mark Andrews and the juke, and it's not enough for the first down.
4th and 1.
4th and 1. Mac, what's your strategy if you were Larlar's team here? Or not Larlar's team, or RBM's team here?
Well, with me, I'm going for it because it's right there. The end zone is basically right there. If you don't get it, they're at the 20. You'll be missing out on a guaranteed 3 points, but I don't think that's gonna matter too much right now.
Right. And you look, you got Derrick Henry, you got Lamar in the backfield. You can have a lot of different play calls here, but the defense goes for an audible. We got a play action, fake to Zay Flowers for the first down. Now, it's almost about to be this 2-minute warning here, Mac. Do you want to kind of slow down if you're RBM's team, or do you kind of want to just try to score and see what you can do?
I would say, I think you keep in mind of the 2-minute warning because it's here now.
Yes, it is.
I could have sworn you went out of bounds and stopped the clock, but I guess not. So now the 2-minute warning. I think you want to try to waste as much as you can. Try to force the Jokers to use their timeouts to save clock for their next possession, and obviously come up with a touchdown. Or you don't.
Right. Absolutely right. To play Derrick Henry here. Let's get stopped. Now, to your point, you definitely don't want to waste so much time to the point where you don't score either, right? Because we've seen times in the past where sometimes some teams would waste too much time to the point where they don't get no points. And then that drive basically becomes useless. But it's 2nd and 8. They do give it to Derrick Henry and it gets stopped again. Timeout called by the New Jersey Jokers. Mac, 3rd and 10. What would you want for to happen if you're RBM's defense here, honestly? Obviously, you want to stop, but you don't want, nothing too crazy to happen where you want to give up something.
Right. So I think for I think you just try to keep everything within the 10-yard range here. Don't let nothing slip past them. I think he should be good to go. That's what Mark
he's going to
get sacked.
Another
timeout is called.
Great stop there by Larlar's defense there. And Mac, 4th and 24. I mean, a field goal is kind of like inevitable, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a little too scary to try to go for it.
The kick is up. And it is good by the rookie Tyler Loop and Mac. They do get 3 points, but, for Larlar Seahawks, you didn't give them a touchdown, right? And, if you're RBM, you at least got points on the board.
Yep, absolutely. So now the Jokers are going to have to make their way down this field, try to get some points themselves for this half. A lot of things happen there.
Yeah, and I do think a minute and 20 seconds is actually plenty of time, in my opinion. The only downside with Larlar's offense is he only got one more timeout, right? So basically, RBM can kind of control the clock here a lot better compared to Larlar can. But we've seen some crazy things happen. We've seen both long runs out of Walker and Derrick Henry. But Sam Darnold draws back the pass, throws it to his right to Cooper Kupp here. He looks like he's taking a little bit more action. And Mac, now at this point in the game, right, a minute 10 and counting down. How do you want to manage your clock? How do you want to manage your speed if you're Larlar's team here?
You gotta go. You only have one timeout. You gotta go.
Right.
You gotta try to push the field as much as you safely can. Get things to the outside so you can run out of bounds, stop the clock some. Try to get at least in the field goal range. You can leave at some point before the half.
Right. Throws out the middle, short pass. Now, is it risky to take deep shots, though? Because we've seen turnovers off of both teams when it comes to throwing deep shots down the field.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But we see a no huddle here. Let's see.
Right. First time we've seen that all day. Sam Darnold draws back the pass. Throws his right. Throws it out. A risky pass to Shaheed.
And I believe he got out of bounds.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. No timeout was called by either team, and the clock has stopped. So, yeah, he did get out of bounds. Second and third, and the ball to 47. You know, and looks like Ravens are playing a too-high safety. Sam Darnold draws back the pass, throws a screen to Walker to his left, got blockers.
He tries to run out of bounds, he does.
And he does,
or not, never mind.
I guess he got tackled inbounds. Okay, so that forces Larlar's team, the last time out. Now, Mac, you got no timeouts, right? What can you do now to at least get points on the board when you got no timeouts?
I believe you should take maybe a shot or two into the end zone, try to get some clock down. But if you can't find nothing, throw it away, take field goal, call it a half.
Right, you're gonna call it a half. It's better. Call it a half. Absolutely. And you can see with this Ravens defense, right? You see the quarters playing off the ball. Looks like they're expecting a deep shot, but he throws it to his left to Cooper Kupp and gets it out of bounds. And only for a gain of 1. So not really much there. But Mac, I don't know if you saw, but you saw RBS defense. Looks like that they had the corners kind of out there about 15 yards away from the receivers. So it looked like they were at least expecting a deep shot.
Yeah, absolutely. He's trying to mitigate any possibility of that even happening.
But the downside is if you mitigate that, you're gonna leave some wide open passes up the middle, though.
Yep. That's the game you play.
And
it's dangerous.
Very dangerous. Cooper Kupp is calling for a flag, but no flag there. And it was broken up by a Awuzie, former Cowboy. 3rd and 9 here, Mac. Let's see what happens here.
So I think here you just try not to turn it over.
Man, we've seen that. We've seen plenty of those. And we almost saw one just now. But it is 3rd and 9. Ball to 36. Yeah, ball to 36. 10 seconds left on the play clock. Play action pass. He's getting rushed. Kyle Hamilton with speed, and JSN stop him. Oh my goodness, Mac! Another interception. I think that's the 3rd one on Sam Darnold, right?
Yep, it is.
Oh man!
Thought he could fit it in there. Hamilton said, "Nah, I'm there."
Yes, and honestly, we see Hamilton as that safety that doesn't let the ball get over him, but Hamilton's also a shutdown safety sometimes. You don't see that a lot in the league, but he does play a lot in the flats, and you saw it there. Now, Mac, it's 10 seconds left. Do you want to risk something here, or you want to kind of just knee it or run it and take it a half?
I think you just run it.
Oh, that's the riskiness.
Jesus. I think you just run it and I don't know, maybe you get a good play. Don't.
Absolutely. Don't. And you see the Seahawks going 3 defensive backs and all the way in the back. And they're going to pass the ball. Lamar Jackson, he is going and it was very risky.
Wait, we have 1 second left.
1 second. Mac, at this point, bro, do you want it? They're in shotgun formation. Are they doing it again?
Let's see.
Yes, they are. 3rd and 8. Great protection this time. He throws it up midfield. And it's batted down. Oh man, Mac, now we got ourselves something after a slow start. We got the Baltimore Ravens, aka RBS Wackos there with 17, and then the Seahawks, Larlar's New Jersey Jokers are 14. Now, Mac, second half now. What is your strategy, honestly, now with this type of half? Do you want to change things up? Do you want to keep going? But it is a wide open.
Oh, he's
Here. Speaking of changing strategy,
he's going to go.
get a 10 and
just
a
like that.
touchdown by the Seahawks here.
Oh,
Wow,
that's
Mac,
so
we
cool.
couldn't even get it out. And just like that, what a response.
What a good special teams play there. Had a good block. Basically run it without really any contest, contest really.
Right, so he had a great block, and then that was it. And Mac, we didn't really talk about the New Jersey Jokers special teams. They are really underrated when it comes to finding lanes and finding open field and open space. And just like that, they got a touchdown off of the first play of the half.
Yep.
Now, can RBM's team respond here? And also a wide open space.
My God,
he gets tackled. It was close.
39 said, "Nah, I've seen this play before."
Oh man! Now, Mac, with the Waco Wackos, right? Now, how do you want to respond off of that kickoff return?
I think you just gotta play your game. I think you just play your game. Don't let that fade you. Really, if you get a touchdown, you'll be back in the lead. So just I think play what you was doing. Play what you were planning on doing. Because your second half, usually you get a little different. You
Right.
get a little different in the second half.
Right. Yeah.
Your tendencies are different. That's to throw off your opponent who may have thought they figured you out. So you just play whatever game you was planning on playing. See if that can get you this dub.
Absolutely right, man. Second and 8. Throws it to Zay Flowers. Gets tackled by Ernest Jones here. Now, Mac, would you say this lead is not comfortable, right? We've been seeing a lot of lead changes in this game in general. If let's say the Waco Wackos do score and then they flip the script again, how can one team even run away with this at this point? You're going back and forth a lot.
Yeah, well, I will have to say I think turnovers is going to have to be the main key there. Bates making people miss left and right.
Yes, he is, and I do agree because we've seen Darnold throw 3 interceptions already. We've seen Lamar already throw 1. I do think I'm trying to see a little bit more of a passive, game change here. Maybe a little bit more run from Derrick Henry and Kenneth Walker on the other side. Maybe throw it up to Hopkins. Let's see what Hopkins can do. There's a lot of different changes you can have here. They do give it to Derrick Henry, and once again, the New Jersey Jokers do stop that run there, Mac.
Yeah, it seems like Henry, he either gets 1 yard or a touchdown.
Right, there's kind of no in between. Because we never really talk about the offensive lines much. The Ravens' offensive line has really been struggling, especially from the guard position, which probably is a reason why Derrick Henry is getting tackled so much within the inside of the box, because those guards are letting a lot of those people through.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just like that, you see it right there.
You see it right there.
You see it right there.
3, I believe.
3rd and 13 here. We're already down 2.5 minutes in this quarter, so we're down to 7:22 on the clock. Seahawks are playing a 1 high safety, 3 linebackers in the backfield. Game clock down to 6. Lamar drops back to pass. Wide open, Derrick Henry. I can't believe that.
Get that first down. He
almost jumps over a guy, but almost a fumble there too. And one thing we haven't said about this, Mac, we've seen sometimes in the LMFL that Derrick Henry has fumbled the ball. Do you think right now? I think he's actually doing a fairly good job, besides getting tackled at the line of scrimmage, of finding open space.
Yeah, all things considered, he's been keeping the ball safe. So we'll see how that hopefully continues throughout the game.
Right. Let's see here.
Really, really good conversion to keep this Wackos drive alive.
Yes, it is. Throws it to Hopkins. First time we've seen him in the game today. gets tackled on the 17-yard line, 2nd and 4. And one thing I'm really liking about this drive from RBM's team is, the throws up the middle, right? Realizing when the pocket's collapsing, where to find open space, when to throw on the run. I'm really liking how their time possession is on this drive here, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting on the field relatively quick, but also taking away 4 minutes of the clock.
Yes, and the Hopkins again. First down. 1st and 10. Yeah, let's see if they can capitalize off of this. I think this is one of the really one of the only drives in this game so far, man, of how it's very poised, right? Not a lot of deep shots down the field, not a lot of too risky plays. And they capitalized this drive off. They kind of chewed off 5 minutes on the clock besides the kickoff return from Larlar.
Yep, basically. As we're gonna have a screen pass wide open.
For the touchdown, Mark Andrews. Just like that, Mac. How about that drive? That was a very, very solid drive.
Very good drive. Stalled a couple times, but was able to figure it out. Get out of the 3rd and long situations that he had there. Was able to get down there for a touchdown. Now he's back.
Absolutely, man. And the field goal is good. And we saw last time, Mac. If I'm RBM's Ravens, I'm not getting too comfortable kicking to the Seattle special teams.
Absolutely not. Yeah, I'm making sure that I got that man covered at all times.
And you got Shaheed
is getting ready to go places.
And he almost got through again. But he does get tackled at the hip, and just like that, ball on the 28-yard line. And just like that, Mac, we got another lead change, another lead switch. And now let's see how Larlar's drive kind of compares to the last drive we saw out of RBM for that touchdown.
Yeah, this is technically his first offensive drive of the half.
And Roquan Smith is the only one blitzing Darnold, but Darnold looks like he's getting away. And he does get a first down more.
He gets the first down, pushed out of bounds. Cam Darnold using his legs. Can't do that.
Yeah, I'm about to say Sam Darnold can run.
But he
actually can run. So he's like, hey, you're saying Lamar can only do that? Nah, man, I got that too now. So
Whiteman can run too.
Yes, indeed he can. It is first down, and Kenneth Walker, he says the same thing.
First down.
First down, just like that.
It's a very, very different pace of offensive drives here.
Yeah, and the difference you see here, you see the run game being utilized more compared to the pass game. And I think, after 3 interceptions, you kind of do want to have a little bit more in the run game kind of show up a little bit. But you don't want too much. You don't want to be predictable because you can see the Ravens pressing in the box, but he throws a bubble screen to Shaheed. Great wide open space. He's going to guy. He doesn't get away from Wiggins. Wiggins with the tackle. And 1st and 10 ball on the 18-yard line here, Mac. It looks like the momentum is actually growing a lot more in the second half compared to the first half.
Oh yeah, absolutely. A wonderful wonderful RPO pass there. It's really good. Able to see that there's only one defender over there. That was really a threat. Got that man blocked off. It's like, all right, throw that.
I agree, man. 1st and 10. Get him to Kenneth Walker.
Somebody get ready to get him. Kenneth Walker
on the 3rd-yard line here. Starks with 5 tackles in this game. We haven't said his name much, but he's having a good game. But it is 1st and goal here, Mac. Now, you don't want to do anything flashy, right? You already have 3 turnovers if you're Larlar. So you kind of want to just, take it easy, right?
Yeah, I think you just try to run it in.
And just like that.
Walker.
Touchdown, walk in right there. And Mac, another lead change. I already lost count of the lead changes, but just like that, Seattle's back on the board.
We're going to get a lot of lead changes between these until somebody makes a crucial mistake.
Right. And just like you predicted earlier, we were talking about high scoring, right? But basically, almost all the first quarter was 0-0. I think both offenses just kind of had to warm up a little bit before they get going.
Yeah, I think they just had to figure out what worked, what didn't. So usually that second quarter is it. That's Mitchell.
And
get a run back.
It looks like the left side of the open field on all kickoff returns have been great for both teams, especially for the New Jersey Jokers there. But now, man, Mac, when you have a game like this, and like I said, you're a player, when you have a game like this where you're back and forth, how is it to not start to go do some crazy stuff, but how would you go about trying to change your pace and to try to run away with it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I think usually I go for playing my normal offensive game, but on defense I put the pressure on. So I gotta at some point I gotta force the turnover. I want this back and forth to stop.
Right. And speaking of which, wide open Derrick Henry, and just like
that ball.
And just like you said, Mac, it's like, you just said you don't want the game to become thrown away at some point. But I bet at some point you kind of get tired of the lead switches. You're like, all right, I'm in a good position. Oh man, I already let him score. All right, I'm back. Oh man, I'm not. How can you kind of keep up the pace there?
I mean, you just play your game. Derrick Henry's playing his.
Oh boy, that was almost a bubble. Oh boy!
Yeah, you just play your game. Just try to just weather the storm and try to force a turnover via either interception or just on downs. And that way, you have full control of the game at that point.
Yeah, because we're down less than 2 minutes in the third. And we see some great plays off of both teams here. And we're close to midfield, first down and 10. Shotgun formation. We got tight end split set on the right with Mark Andrews there. Lamar drives back to pass. Great protection. Throws it to Mark Andrews on the left. And he gets tackled on the 21.
Mark Andrews is really reliable. When all else fails, you look for number 89.
Yes, number 89 will
more
always
likely than not is open.
Yeah. And, we haven't really seen Isaiah Likely much. They have a great two-set tight end set. We haven't seen Likely as much compared to Mark Andrews.
Henry's only going to go for 2.
You saw Derrick Henry glowing, so Derrick Henry's on a hot streak right now. It's 2nd and 8. Yep, he's on a heater. 2nd and 8. Less than a minute left in this quarter now. So we will see what is in RBN's bag here. Double tight ends on the right. You got double wide receiver on the left. Lamar drops back the pass. Throws it to Isaiah Likely, who we were just talking about. There we go right there. So 3rd and 4. And one thing about this Ravens offense is it's very dynamic when it comes to play action passes, counters, a lot of misdirections. We saw one jet sweep with Zay Flowers earlier. Is that kind of a good strategy to use in this situation where you're close to the end zone here, Mac?
Yeah, I think you you can change things up here. Try to do something unorthodox that you haven't done all game.
Just like that.
Mark Andrews.
Just like that, Mark Andrews. And we were just talking about that, Mac. Play action passes to a lot of misdirections, and just like that, 1st and goal looks like we might go to the end of the 3rd quarter here, looks like. Yes, we will here, Mac. Yes, we will. 24-28. Mac, we got ourselves a good one here.
Yep, we sure do. All right, so this is where I like to say that where the game really starts.
Yes.
I feel like every single game that we've played so far, the 4th quarter, everybody gets their whole rally up. And that's when the comebacks start.
So would you say at this stage of the game where both teams kind of get a little antsy sometimes?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially the one that is in the lead.
Yep, just like that. Derrick Henry touchdown.
So now it becomes a preservation of the lead to win the game now at this point.
Right. And just like that, man, RBM's now back up in the lead. And Mac, I will say, I know both teams, and the field goal's good. I know both teams are very high-powered offenses. We haven't seen any 2-point conversions. We haven't seen a little bit of plays that are like, let's try to go big, right? Looks like both teams are kind of taking a little bit of a conservative route here.
Yeah, so far nobody really has the need to go for 2 points, or really go downfield as we've seen. Jesus, After seeing everybody's been pretty much doing what they need to do to get their score. It's just right now it's only a 3-point lead for
Yes.
for the Wackos here. So
And
that
right.
field goal that he is carrying his weight right now.
It is, man. And look at the passing yards. Not a lot. 165 to 129. JSN does get the catch here. Because hasn't the biggest lead only just been 7 points?
Yep, and that was the very start of the game.
So literally, this whole game has been a one-possession game. And that's how you can tell how both teams are very similar when it comes to when it comes to play styles. Because you see the Ravens are showing pressure, but they get to Kenneth Walker, and we blurts up the hole. And just like that, 1st and 10, ball at midfield here, Mac. Looks like with Larlar, he's kind of just taking some shots, saying like, "Hey, we're just gonna go forward."
Yep. Right now, trying to get that lead back. And, which, if he gets a touchdown, is more beneficial for him actually for a touchdown than when RBM gets, because if towards the end of the game, if possible, if Larlar has the ball last and he's trailing by 3, he can just kick a field goal and just take this thing over.
Right, and we've seen that before out of the New Jersey Jokers. So Sam Darnold plays Jackson pass. He's going way behind, and he throws it. Arguably a grounding call, but no call there. 2nd and 10. And the thing here is, Mac, too, we saw RBM with that one drive he had earlier in the game where he chewed off about 6 minutes on the clock, but he got the score. Would you kind of think that Larlar would kind of want to play that same strategy, or would you just want to just go as fast as you can?
I think right now, I think you just kind of let it play out, because this is the last quarter, so you don't want to take all the clock away. Give the ball back to RBM. He gets the lead back. You got 50 seconds left to do something.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's very, very true, man. And we haven't even talked about the Seattle offensive line. I think they're actually holding up very well, because we haven't said Kyle Van Noy's name a lot today. We haven't said Mike Green's names a lot today. I think they're kind of holding up fairly well. But Sam Darnold throws it on the run, and he gives it to JSN over Kyle Hamilton. What a risky play!
Wasn't looking, but if he was,
that could have been back to the terrible house right there. Oh man, but that's why you draft JSN, right? He has one of the best hands in the league, offensive player of the year. That's why they drafted him, and that's why they paid him the big bucks out of Ohio State. But it is 1st and 10. Sam Darnold outside the pass, throws on the middle, the border, another risky play. 1st and 10, Mac. I think the meter's kind of going up when it comes to risky plays.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That was dangerous. Oh, he almost had a hand on it.
Yes, he did.
Almost knocked that one away.
Almost a fumble there too by Barner.
Can't get down.
But he gets to stop. 1st and 10. Sam Darnold play action pass. Great block by Smith.
And there's absolutely nobody over there.
Touchdown. And Mac, what do we say? Another lead change here, man.
Next to point pending will put him up 4.
And that's another thing. If this field goal is good, like you said, the field goal, if they from RBM, won't be able to tie it. So that's big. That's huge.
So he's forced to go down the field to get a touchdown.
But there is 7 minutes left in this game. We got plenty of time. Kick is going off here. Mitchell definitely returnable. Ball at the 10-yard line. No blocks in the middle, so Mitchell won't get a lot here.
There was nobody over there to help him out.
Yeah. Now, Matt, kind of like what you were talking about earlier about, taking your time and stuff, and kind of like what you said, you don't want to chew a lot of the clock off, and then boom. We have a field goal formation here by the Seattle defense, but looked like it was a mistake, so there's a timeout call. And honestly, that's one of the plays where, honestly, Mac, I do agree with calling a timeout there, because you could have easily had a throw up to the side and touchdown.
Man, that could have been bad.
But speaking of left side, Lamar Jackson using his legs. Oh my God!
Tackle hard. He's slow to get up. That boy's struggling.
And Lamar Jackson also too, Mac, is also prone to fumbles as well. it's like as great stars as Lamar Jackson is out of Louisville and Derrick Henry out of Alabama, those two guys are known for fumbling the ball too, man.
Yeah, so hopefully that's not going to be the case in the fourth.
Oh, I don't know, bro. It's a little risky at times, but it is 1st and 10. And Mac, I think we're seeing a similar strategy from RVM wackos here, kind of like earlier in the game, taking your time, chew out the clock a little bit, and try to just get those first downs while you're at it.
Yep, absolutely. See, I think if he plays this right, he could probably end up scoring with at the 2-minute warning.
He could. He got 3 timeouts.
This is play it right. I mean, this can be taken down to the 2-minute warning.
Very true. Lamar Jackson drives back the pass, throws it to Bateman.
Tries to get to the outside.
Yep. No, he wasn't. Clock is stopped though, so it is 2nd and 3. We're on the 46-yard line here. You know, we haven't seen, kind of like you said, we haven't seen like that deep shot down the field where it connects, right? I think both teams kind of realize that when they try, it's just not going to work. And you can see it here with Larlar's defense. You can see with the safety high set, and you can see that third nickelback is also kind of like playing 15 yards off the ball. But Lamar Jackson drops back the pass, great protection, goes to Bateman again, and he is tackled by Woolen there. So Mac, are you kind of surprised by the lack of deep shots? Or are you kind of like, you know what, it is what it is. Whatever's working for both teams is going for it.
Yeah, I think they don't really have to change up what's been working for them. Obviously, if you see a deep pass, you take it. But I think right now, there's really been no need to by either side. So I don't think they really are focusing on anything down deep. I think they're just focused on keeping the ball within their possession, and taking off the clock.
It's very true. And just like that, yeah, man. It's just like that, man. We're already below 5 minutes. It looks like RBM is, taking their sweet time here, which is actually kind of working. But, it is 2nd and 4. We're on the 43-yard line here. Another shotgun formation. Blitz being called by Seattle. And because of that, Zay Flowers is wide open to the 17-yard line.
There.
Mac, do you kind of agree with the, picking up the pressure from Seattle? But you saw that Lamar Jackson got the ball out of there.
Yeah, I think at some point, like I said, the turnovers needs to happen. So applying pressure like that, it could cause one, but it could also cause a touchdown.
Yeah, it can. And what? Oh, break the first guy.
No. That guy said, "Hey, you ain't doing that one to me."
And Mac, all of that for no gain. So, man, that could have been a tackle for a loss for about 4 or 5, but at least you didn't. At least you didn't lose any yards. But
yeah, true.
I do like the change of pace when it comes to picking up the blitz here, because with the Ravens offensive line, they're letting people through. But because of that, Mark Andrews wide open bubble screen as we see, and it's a touchdown. He gets it over the pylon.
I guess he did.
Will we see a challenge flag, or is it just gonna stay? I think it's gonna stay, right?
It's gonna stick.
Wow, he actually got that over the. All right, this is a great shot right here. I guess he got it.
All right.
And we have a 2-point conversion here, Mac. First time we've seen it all game.
Yeah, I think he's cognizant that if Larlar just gets to the 30-yard line, really, he will just be
able to it's converted to Isaiah Likely.
Get the 2-point, forcing Larlar to not have to go down the field to get himself a touchdown.
Man, and Mac, another poised drive by RBM there.
Yeah, it took a good amount of clock as well. I'm gonna take a knee in the end zone. Gets to 35.
To the 35-yard line. Now, Mac, do you think 3 minutes, 28 seconds still plenty of time, or do you think it's kind of go mode for Seattle here?
Oh, that's plenty of time. Even though you have to use a timer early, 2 timeouts is still pretty good. And Walker is going to get the first down.
Yes, he is. Ball to 45. And, that's why kicking in the end zone is so scary, because you're already at the 35. If you get a first down, you're at the 45.
Right, yeah, right.
So that's one of the risky things about, playing, but these kickers have been getting a lot of action in this game. So, you know, we've been seeing a lot of special team moments, and this one right here could change fate of this game. And this is the first time we're seeing both running backs in the backfield, Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker. So it's 1st and 10 ball on the 45-yard line here. So let's see what they'll do here. Play clock is down to 7. Sam Darnold, play action pass to both guys. Throw it to the left, and he gets a corner. But
2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 there. Mac, at this point in the game here, man, you're down by 4. And you know, you've been in these situations before. How do you want to utilize your clock management? How do you want to utilize your plays? What do you want to do in order to get down and make sure you score?
Yeah, so I think you get the first down, obviously. And then if there's a chance for you to get out of bounds before the 2-minute warning, be able to get one more play off before that, that will be great.
He gets the Kenneth Walker. It looks like it will be going to the 2-minute. Yep.
Going to the 2-minute.
Yeah, we are. The clock is actually stopped for now. But there we go. Now it's running. And Mac, we got ourselves a good one here, man. 2-minute warning.
Trying to get himself into position to be able to compete for that 1 seed. Or even trying to hold on to that 1 seed.
And Mac, do you think that timeout earlier in this quarter is going to come back to bite, you know, Larlar's Jokers?
Possible. It is possible. But if he plays this right, this game could be over right here, honestly.
It could be. It could be. And this is one of those instances where you're in the other team territory already, and, you know, you want to get the ball off, but you don't want to have another turnover. And good catch by Cooper Kupp. That's why he won the Triple Crown that 1 year.
Oh my God.
Oh man. Now we're down to almost 1:30. 2nd and 7. 2 high safety from the Ravens. Sam Darnold drops right the pass, throws in the middle. 2-corner again.
Basically, Barner catch the 1st and 10.
1st and 10. No timeouts called so far by RBN's Ravens here. They're going to let the clock run down a little bit. Mac, do you agree with this?
Yeah, it's a dangerous strategy, but it does put the pressure on Larlar to get this score. I guess he's saying, hey, you better score, because if you don't, you're going to run out of time.
Right, and I think Larlar is kind of confident here because he's letting that game clock run down and play clock run down. Sam Darnold saying, hike it. Get to the Walker. He gets crushed by Walker. And a timeout called by the Ravens. Now, Mac, this is one of those areas where you're in the red zone. You're less than a minute away. How, if you're Larlar, do you want to utilize this moment to score and win the game without turning over the ball?
Yeah, I think you look at the field, see what's possibly open, what could be an issue.
The Shaheed,
the
bubble screen. Walker again putting the brakes off of the dude. First and goal here.
He wants that ball back.
Yes, it is. Yes, he's like, we're not gonna win this game. And Mac, don't forget.
20 seconds.
20 seconds. I don't know about this. It's coming down to the wire. Sam Darnold drops back the pass. Throws it to Bart. No, he throws it to Schaubert. But it is on a timeout there. The 3rd string tight end. Now, Mac, we saw what happened earlier in this game. The fumble on the 1-yard line to the touchdown from Seattle. Anything can happen here, man.
Which is absolutely ridiculous.
And 2nd and goal, 5 wide out set here. Sam Darnold calling an audible. Timeout called.
Timeout has been called.
By Seattle. Looks like they did not
No, that was by RBN.
Oh, that was by Baltimore. Yeah, you're right. Looks like the defense did not like what they were seeing. Mac, 2nd and goal here, 14 seconds. What do you do?
Yeah, I think you just try not to allow this score to happen. If I'm Larlar, I'm trying to find out how to get this score to happen.
Right? 2nd and goal, ball to 5. Sam Darnold drops at the pass, moves to his right, got a lot of traffic, throws it, and it's caught by Shaheed, but on the 3rd-yard line, Mac. 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
No more timeouts from the Seattle side.
This ball has to be either
It's
completed in
risky.
the end zone or an incompletion.
It-
Anything other than that, this game is over.
Right. and Mac, I guarantee you Larlar's wishing he had the other timeout right now. But let's see. Sam Darnold calls an audible. Drives on the pass. Touch! No, it's not!
What do you
the
mean?
5-yard line!
What?
Over.
That's crazy!
Over.
Oh, nah.
Oh my
Nah. That's wild.
God! Your final score, your final score, RBS Wackos 39,
Oh,
Larlar's Jokers 35, Mac.
Oh,
What
nah.
a turn of events there, man. It was that close.
Oh, nah.
I'm not gonna, Mac. I thought that was a touchdown. I guess they didn't cross the line.
Bro, no way.
That literally reminds me of the Rams-Titans Super Bowl from many years back, where he got tackled at the 1-yard line and the game was over just like that. Mac, what a game we just saw, man.
That was a game, man. Let me tell you.
He was across the plane.
You hear the commissioner talking.
He was across the plane. Look at the fucking
Oh,
footage.
no.
He was across the plane. What do you mean that's not a touchdown?
Oh no, Mac. I think we're gonna. Mac, I'm just gonna say this. I think the playoffs are gonna be very feisty this year, man. I'm excited. If these two teams meet again, oh man, it's gonna be something. But that's y'all score, folks. 39, Waco Wackos. 35, New Jersey Jokers.
GD's lovers. GD.
What a game.
What a game.